Okay, so today I want to work through our economic model of aggregate supply and aggregate demand that we started on. So first of all, what is the purpose? Why do we learn economic models? Let's have some purpose into what we're doing. Yes, we need to know it to get a decent grade in class. Got it. Okay, so let's get beyond that. What's the purpose? Predictions. Good, Curtis. I'm glad you said that right off the bat. That's probably number one, is economists are in the prediction business. That's really what they get paid six figures for, is to make predictions. Fortunately, other than weathermen, we get paid a lot of money and we don't even have to be right a lot of the time because we deal with a lot of uncertainty, and that's part of what, especially in macroeconomics, we're seeing is that there's a lot of noise on making these predictions. It's not, give you an analogy, I think part of what started with the Keynesian revolution in the 30s that grew into the 1960s was people started to think of economics as a science of where we could steer the economy left and right and we got things figured out. And so almost like driving a race car. So we're driving down the road and we see something ahead and we turn to the right and our car turns to the right. We turn to the left, and you can think of a race car of how responsive it is. But what we've come to learn, I think, over time is that it's more like driving a large barge down a huge body of water on the ocean. Iceberg, straight ahead, all right? And we start turning. And does that barge turn right away? No, we might go another mile or so. I don't know, I'm not that good with the Navy stuff. We might need Captain Kirk to come in and tell us how responsive that barge might be, right? And so it's very slow moving, a lot of unknowns on how we steer the economy and the actual influences that various things can have on it. Okay, so predictions are probably number one. I guess what else besides predictions? And it's kind of even maybe tied into predictions. But what else would we look at economic models for help in understanding? So predictions are kind of looking forward. Reflections and looking backward, right? So we can try to figure out, well, what went on in history when this event happened that was such a bad deal? So it's more of, and I think part of the reason we're looking to, I kind of want to almost make this a sub-bullet underneath predictions, because we want to learn about what history was doing so that we can better make predictions about the future, right? So it kind of comes back to maybe the ultimate intent of trying to make things better for the future, but it can help us learn about the past. Okay, so that's the reason we draw all these supply and demand curves and try to bring about some understanding.